Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott English. I'm the new Executive Director of the American Philatelic Society. As most of you know, I'm going through my second week on the job, so please be patient with me. The first stamp came in the 1840s, and not long after that, the idea of collecting them got somewhat popular. Fast forward to 1886, and you had a group of collectors get together, and they formed the American Philatelic Association, which ultimately became the American Philatelic Society, our organization. And it's still going strong almost 130 years later. That same year, they had their first convention, known as what we now call StampShow, where we are today. And it's a tradition that's grown from then, and today we are happy to have all of you here to join us. Over 100 years ago, the first International Philatelic Exhibition took place at in New York City. Over 6 days in 1913, they had estimated 9,000 people attend the show, and the New York Times called it the most satisfactory and successful exhibition. That show would go on to host collectors from around the world every 10 years in the U.S., and next year we will be seeing the same thing happen. To kick that off, what happened in that show and what is happening in this show is the U.S. Postal Service is issuing a stamp to commemorate the event. And so I am happy to be a part of this event and look forward to celebrating the next 100 years of the International World Stamp Show. So with that, I'd like to introduce our Master of Ceremonies for today, Mary Ann Penner. As most of you know, Mary Ann recently became the Acting Director of Stamp Services for the U.S. Postal Service. She's been a great supporter of collecting and collectors, and we really appreciate the leadership she's bringing to the table. So would you please join me in welcoming Mary Ann Penner.
Thank you, Scott, for your kind introduction. And I'd like to welcome you as well and tell you congratulations on your new position as the Executive Director of the American Philatelic Society. I mean, what a great way to start off with APS, you know? Here at the largest show of the year, on behalf of the Postal Service and Stamp Services, we really do look forward to having a really great relationship and working with you. So, let's get started to this morning's event. I am always happy when the Postal Service dedicates new stamps at philatelic shows. There are no better audiences than our colleagues here at the stamp collecting community. So, we would like to welcome some of our very special guests here in the audience. From the APS, we have the Board President, Steve Reinhardt. Is he here? How about Chief Operating Officer Ken Martin? Good morning. We also have 3 members of our Citizen Stamp Advisory Committee. We have Janet Klug, we have Cheryl Gans, Harry Rinker, and we are also pleased to say that we have the Postmaster of Grand Rapids here, Teresa Mullins. Thank you all for joining us today. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we do have a slight change in our program because due to another engagement, our presentation of colors, or the color guard was not able to be here. But at this time, I would like you to please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing because then we will hear Miss Brenda Baker sing the national anthem, and she is from the Grand Rapids Women's Chorus.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. are still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Brenda. That was beautiful. Okay, everybody can be seated. So our next speaker was appointed to the Citizen Stamp Advisory Committee in 2010. She's well known to most of us here today for her many years of service to the APS and to stamp collecting. It is my pleasure to introduce the chair of the Citizen Stamp Advisory Committee, Janet Cluck.
Thank you, Marianne. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Oh, thank you. Marianne said that the Postal Service loves to bring first day ceremonies to stamp shows like this. And we love when there is a first day ceremony at stamp shows like this. So I would personally like to thank the U.S. Postal Service for doing this for us, helping us to continue our stamp collecting and all of the first day programs and ceremonies and things that we get to collect because of the Postal Service. So I think the Postal Service needs to hear our thanks with a big round of applause. You know, the thing about stamp collecting is that it's all about friendship. I always tell people that are just coming in, you come for the stamps. If you like the stamps, you come for the stamps. But you stay because of the people that you meet. And what I'm going to ask of you today is we've got these, you know, there's a big stamp show coming to New York City next year. You know, how many people are going to go to that? Let me see. Oh, that looks good. Yes. Okay, so today you have an opportunity to buy these stamps, and the people that you love that are not here and you want to see at that show, send them a first day cover from this show today, and make sure you say that you're looking forward to seeing them next year at World Stamp Show, New York 2016. And be sure you tell them the most important thing, how much you love them. Because we don't do that enough in this country to tell people how much we love each other. So I'm going to tell you right now, I love you guys. I really, truly love you guys. Thank you. Have a wonderful time at the show.
Thank you, Janet. We are pleased you're here at our stamp dedication ceremony today. Okay, next on our program from the host city of Grand Rapids is the District Manager of Greater Michigan District, Chuck Howe. Chuck oversees all postal operations in the western two-thirds of Michigan and the Upper Peninsula. Chuck has been the District Manager since 1995, serving District Manager positions in Greater Indiana, Detroit, and Lakeland, which is in Wisconsin. He's also been the previous postmaster here in Grand Rapids. So please welcome to celebrate the World Stamp Show New York 2016 Forever Stamp dedication by Chuck Howe.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's terrific to be here with you today. This is an exciting event, and thank you, Marianne, for that nice introduction. I appreciate that. It is wonderful to be here at the Stamp Show with you. I'm honored to be in the company of so many people who are helping to preserve the rich heritage and tradition of stamp collecting. I'd like to say how much the United States Postal Service also appreciates your enthusiasm to honor America's history, its heroes, its heritage, through our stamp program. Indeed, we would be hard-pressed to find a more perfect place to unveil the newest stamp offering, then here with the American Philatelic Society. So thank you. The stamp you're about to see heralds the coming of next year's World Stamp Show for philatelists and amateur stamp enthusiasts alike. From May 28th to June 4th, 2016, at the Jacob Javits Convention Center in New York City, more than 250,000 visitors are expected to enjoy 8 days of amazing philatelic events and displays. The 300,000 square foot bourse will be jam-packed with more than 200 dealers selling and buying stamps, covers, collections, and other stamp-related items and supplies. This is a once-in-a-decade international event that is not to be missed. And by issuing the World Stamp Show New York 2016 Forever Stamp, the Postal Service proudly continues its 100-year tradition of celebrating exhibitions in the United States. Working with graphic artist Michael Dyer, art director Antonio Alcala created a stunning and classical stamp. It's sure to become a collectible for all of those who love history, namely all of you. Featuring a design of intricate patterns inspired by the United States newspaper and periodical stamps of 1865, the new stamps include a circle in the center surrounding a 5-pointed star. The text around the circle reads, 2016 World Stamp Show and New York City. The header on the pane reads, join us for a wonderful week at the Stamp Show NY 2016. And fittingly, the design is rendered alternately in red and blue throughout the sheet, symbolizing the U.S. location of this year's international show. So starting today, the philatelic community will have a chance to take home these eye-catching souvenir stamps. We hope that our customers will use them and that they will encourage everyone who loves stamps to attend the World Stamp Show in 2016. So now, on behalf of the United States Postal Service, I would like to ask our special guest to join me in dedicating the World Stamp Show New York 2016 Forever Stamp. Please join me.
Thank you, Chuck. What a perfect way for all of us to get ready for the World Stamp Show, and with these stamps to remind us of the once-in-a-decade event that is coming in 2016. Our next speaker wears many philatelic hats. Wade Soddy is currently serving, or has served as, the president of, among other organizations, the American Philatelic Society, the Council of Philatelists of the National Postal Museum, the U.S. Philatelic Classic Society, and the Collectors Club New York. And most notably today, as we look forward to the excitement of next year, Wade is the president of the World Stamp Show New York 2016. Please join me in welcoming Wade Soddy.
Thank you, Mary Ann. And welcome everybody to the unveiling and the first day ceremony for the exciting stamp release. World Stamp Show New York 2016 is very excited that the United States Postal Service is releasing these stamps today. As our major sponsor, the promotion they lend is potent and far-reaching. The U.S. stamp collecting hobby is so fortunate to have the Postal Service support its major activities. I would like to offer special thanks to the Citizen Stamp Advisory Committee and to its chair, Janet Klug, for realizing the importance of this issue and to have made it a reality. Unlike first day issues debuting at the exhibition, this is a pre-show release issued 9 months before the event so as to act as a marketing tool that collectors and the general public alike would appreciate. It provides valuable credibility for all the world to see. Our show is in great order, and the level of interest in South America and overseas is phenomenal. Exhibit applications are pouring in, lectures and seminars are being scheduled, society booths are being booked, and contributions and donations are being received. Please visit our website, ny2016.org, and you can see how you can support the show or attend the show. In closing, a very big thank you to Mary Ann Penner, Donna Dowell, and the entire staff of Stamp Services. We could not ask for better partners. And please, attend the show next year. It's slated to be the greatest stamp exhibition ever held. There are hotels on our website that are in all price categories, and we welcome you with open arms. And looking forward to seeing you there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Wade. We do share your excitement for what is going to be a spectacular show. So, is it too early for a countdown? By my calculations, it's 9 months and 8 days away from today. So everybody here needs to mark your calendars, okay? So, with that said, some housekeeping information. Our retail stations are set up in exhibit halls B and C. We will have an autographic session right here after the ceremony, over here to my left. We are asking that 2 signatures at a time. For those of you that have more than 2, we're going to ask that you please return to the line. And we have a hard stop at that at 12:15. If you're posting pictures from today's dedication on social media, please use hashtag World Stamp Show to share the conversation with other stamp enthusiasts. This does conclude our ceremony. Once again, thank you all for coming. Please enjoy the rest of the show, and remember that always, every day is a stamp day. Thank you.